Hello, welcome back to True Seekers Tea. My name is Kate and I'm thankful as usual to have you here for today's pick a card reading. We're going to be doing an update on your person's current thoughts and feelings for you, and I am doing a voiceover here with a picture because I left my camera stand at my parents' house, so bear with me with that. But there are 3 piles to choose from as usual. For pile number 1, we have the Pastel Journey Tarot with this rose quartz palm stone. For pile number 2, we have the Prism Tarot with this clear citrine point. And then for pile number 3, we have the Numinous Tarot with a clear quartz heart. So take whatever time you need to tune into the pile you're feeling the most drawn to. There will be an energy check-in for each of the piles, so that should help you guys figure out whether or not it is the right pile for you before you invest your time and energy into it. If it doesn't resonate, I would recommend picking a different pile. There will be an extended reading where we're going to be looking at the future of your connection. So if it really resonates and you want to look into that, I'll have it linked down below. We'll also be getting you guidance. Other than that, I will have the timestamps for each pile linked in the description box. I will have my personal reading link in the description box as well as in the comment section. I'll have the names of these decks linked down below and any other information about me. So without further ado, I'll see you at your pile. Hello, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. If you chose the rose quartz palm stone and this Pastel Journey Tarot, then this is going to be your reading where we're going to be looking at your person's current thoughts and feelings towards you. There will be an extended reading where we're going to be looking at the future of this connection. So I'm going to be looking at how the connection is going to shift in about 3 months from now. So I'll have that link down below if you feel like this resonates. All right, Spirit, please tune me into pile number 1's connection. We are going to start off with an energy check-in just to see your perspective of this connection, your energy, just to mirror back to you enough information so you feel more sure that this is your reading. All right, Spirit, please tune me into pile number 1's perspective here of this connection. What is this connection? What are their thoughts and feelings? All right, one more. All right, what is pile number 1's thoughts and feelings towards this connection? What's their perspective of this right now? Okay, Queen of Pentacles in reverse, 8 of Wands in reverse, 3 of Wands in reverse. Okay. So I'm picking up an energy of feeling maybe frustrated here, like a little bit frustrated in regards to the way that the connection's unfolding. Like I feel like there might be delays in this connection. Or yeah, even with the 6 of Wands in reverse, maybe you just feel like you're not getting the expansion or the, it's like you're not getting what you want out of the connection. You're not receiving what you hoped you'd receive. It's not unfolding in the way that you would have wanted. And I feel like with the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, to me, this can kind of represent feeling like you're not getting the stability, you're not getting the care that you maybe want, and I feel like it's maybe changing your perspective on this person. What is pile number 1's perspective? Yeah, the 4 of Pentacles. Like I feel like there's a part of you that is wanting more security in this connection, and I feel like you're wanting more, maybe even like generosity from this person. Can we clarify the Queen of Pentacles in reverse? 7 of Cups in reverse. Yeah, like more grounding, more stability. Can we clarify the 8 of Wands? Knight of Swords, Knight of Cups. Yeah, I feel like maybe you're waiting on this person to take action. Yeah, seven of Pentacles here, like waiting for decisive action from this person. Like I feel like it's maybe just not moving, again, either quick enough or directly enough. You're just not getting what you want out of it. Yeah, the Hangman, it's like you feel like you're kind of in this limbo position where, yeah, you just want more directness. You want more certainty here with the Seven of Cups. Like I feel like you're tired of maybe guessing or waiting to see like what the connection is going to be, how it's going to unfold. What is pile number one's perspective? Five of Wands in reverse, Eight of Swords. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so just kind of feeling like you're not really, maybe even feeling just like a little bit stuck here. Stuck in like you are maybe waiting on them to take some kind of an action. Maybe like you're not, maybe there's a part of you that isn't trying to create like a lot of conflict. With the Five of Wands. Like maybe you're trying to like hold back, like maybe this level of frustration, but you're just kind of feeling a little bit stuck and not super satisfied in the connection. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. So hope we have Pisces energy, by the way. And again, with that Pisces, it's almost like waiting to see what this is going to be, waiting to see if it's an illusion, if you're going to kind of get more from them. And that could be in like any kind of way, like action wise. It could be just like expressing their feelings. It could be even like giving in the physical. All right, what is this person's thoughts and feelings towards pile number one? What is their person's feelings? I just want to shuffle more. Thoughts and feelings, energy. What's pile number one's person's thoughts, feelings, energy? Okay, King of Cups in reverse. Three of Swords. The Hierophant, Taurus. Five of Wands. Can we clarify the King of Cups? We have Judgment. I'm also hearing just like from you that I feel like with the Five of Wands, like I feel like you're not even trying to be difficult with this person, but I feel like you are again looking for just like a level of security from them. What is pile number one's person's thoughts and feelings? Can we clarify the Three of Swords? We have the Emperor, Aries, and the Knight of Swords in reverse. Can we clarify the Hierophant? We have the Devil, Capricorn. And we have the Moon with the Hangman in reverse. Okay, I'm getting like a withholding energy from this person, and it is coming through a little bit like emotionally manipulative with the King of Cups in reverse. Like I feel like there's a energy of this person that liking to have control in their connection. And you guys, like if you guys are in a happy connection where you're not wondering what's going on and you're not feeling like unsatisfied, then this probably isn't your reading. This is just for those of you that feel like you don't know if this person is like genuine and sincere, and I'm kind of getting from them that it's almost like they use I feel like there's sort of a control tactic here of not taking action or withholding action. As a way of like making it more about like what they want from the connection. I feel like they may on the surface kind of try to make it seem like there's like a negotiation going on, or like with the Five of Wands, like almost making it seem like there's some level of conflict. You know, I'm even getting this message that for some people, like this could be someone who kind of tries to make it seem like there are like all these different variables, like, you know, I don't know. It's almost like they introduce challenge or conflict. Like there's this issue, like for example, well, I don't know if I'm going to move, or I don't know if, like, you know, with my schedule, it's like difficult, or like, I don't know, like, it's almost like there's like these unknowns or something, but it just, yeah, it feels like it's kind of like a control tactic with the King of Wands. And it's like this person wanting to get their way by kind of not having to acquiesce to a mutual agreement here with you. But there's kind of this facade of acting like there's this level of care and like that it hurts them too, is what I want to say. That like, that it's like not in their control or something, like, but it just feels like it's emotional manipulation. Where it's like they're almost acting like they have to make a hard decision too, but the Hangman in reverse can just be this energy of someone who is kind of holding back certain information. But it can also be someone who's really thinking for themselves, who doesn't really want to have to think about other people's, how things impact other people. This person feels like they're just kind of self-serving. I feel like they almost have like a fear of losing control or like you detaching. It's odd. It's like it just feels like there's emotional manipulation to try to control things. Like this person likes to control the narrative as well. Okay, can we clarify the Hierophant? We have the Magician. Like, I feel like they don't want to, it's like they don't want to agree to certain things. Like, I feel like they want things on their terms. Yeah, I need a specific deck to clarify this. Yeah, and the Hangman can also be that, where it's like someone doesn't want to see another person's perspective, or like this person will do everything they can to not have to, what's the right word for it? Like to not have to be reasonable. Like this is someone who doesn't want to have to be reasonable and take other things, like, and create a solution or create like, it's almost like this is someone who would like to be stubborn in kind of not budging or not making, it's like this is someone who doesn't want to have to make accommodations for someone else. And I feel like they'll act like they really can't do that, but it's more because it's not that they can't, it's more that they won't, if that makes sense. What's this energy? What are their thoughts and feelings? We have Gentle Gardener, Slow and Steady, Intention. Yeah, I was expecting this Intention card to come out. I feel like they really try to, they really make it seem, they might even fool themselves, but I just feel like this is someone who isn't really honest with themselves about the intention behind why they're doing something. We have Home in reverse. What are their thoughts and feelings? Stuck in the Mud here as well. Interesting. I just want to highlight some of the like guidance from these cards that really represent what I'm picking up. So it says for the Gentle Gardener, it's saying, when it's in a reverse position, she reminds you to be aware of any negative thoughts or selfish motives. She encourages you to take a step back and pay close attention to what thought seeds you send out into the world, like where you're really coming from. And again, that's that Hangman energy, like take a step back and really assess like if what you're doing is fair, or if you like, there's almost this need to admit when they need to make a certain change, or when the way that they're going about things isn't the best strategy to like get what they want, essentially. And there's kind of this energy of not wanting to slow down and assess, maybe like, and be humble about like their flaws, or maybe see where they need to slow down and rethink things. It's like, I feel like they tell themselves that, so this is someone who kind of tells themselves that they have good intentions, or tells themselves that they're doing everything that they could, or they're doing the right thing, or like, they're being fair, but I just feel that they don't really want to have to slow down to assess why they're doing the things that they're doing. And so I feel like this is someone who can be very convincing, because it's like they kind of convince themselves that what they're acting like is fine. But it says, are you clear about your intentions, or are you in a foggy state of denial about your true motives or ambitions? This is the time to step back and gain perspective and clarity about your direction. Check your motives and ask if they're sincere. Are you pursuing some goal blindly without asking the costs? Essentially needing to take time out to make sure that they're doing the right thing. Yeah, and it all says, what are you hiding from? Are you afraid of being yourself? Do you feel like you don't know where you belong? What if you chose another path? But yeah, I just feel that this is someone that has a hard time accepting when they need to assess their own like reasons for why they do things, if that makes sense. So like, for example, I feel like this is someone who like doesn't have that much emotional intelligence. So like, if you're someone who has a lot of emotional intelligence, where it's like, for example, let's say that it's like being emotionally manipulative, but maybe not even realize, like it being so ingrained that you're almost lying to yourself about why you're doing the thing you're doing. So like, for example, let's say you're like rude to someone, or you're acting like dismissive or like sassy or something, and like you're gonna say, well, it's because like you were late to like pick me up or something like that, or like you kind of project a reason as to why you're acting like that, but like deep down it's like for another reason, if that makes sense. And it's kind of like, it's almost like this is someone where if you are very emotionally intelligent, you could be like, I could see through like what game you're playing, or like, why are you playing this game? Can we just be like honest and straight up with each other about like what's going on? And so we can actually have healthy conflict and find a solution where we're both like happy in the situation. Instead, it's almost like I don't know if it's like they're too proud to admit like when they're kind of like feeling jaded or like sour, or like, I'm trying to explain that. Like they just have a very non-direct way of conflict resolution, and even like being honest about like what's actually going on in their head. I hope that makes sense. What are their thoughts and feelings? With the 6th chakra, we have the 5th chakra, Yang. We have door to value, patience. I just feel like whatever they're doing, I feel like there's this energy of keeping you in anticipation, waiting for like maybe their message, or waiting for them to be honest and say what's going on. I feel like they kind of keep you waiting on purpose. And I feel like with the thinking woman in reverse, it's almost like, so you aren't it's like you don't have all the information to make a clear decision for yourself. And so it kind of puts you in this limbo space. And I feel like there's just some sort of emotional manipulation that where they're doing it on purpose. And then I just picked this up by accident, walking away. I feel like they don't want you to walk away, but they also don't want to be honest about it's like they withhold information so you aren't able to make a decision, that they don't give you the fair opportunity to make a decision for yourself about what's best for you, I guess, or like given all the variables. It's like, let's say that there could be some this is someone who also has a lower sense of self-worth, where like they don't fully believe that they deserve you, is what I'm getting. And so they feel like they have to kind of maneuver and strategize, I want to say, to avoid you recognizing that this isn't something you want, like to avoid like you just detaching from them, or like deciding like there's just this feeling that if they're not in control, then they're not going to get what they want. But it's like that isn't a fair way to go about a connection, essentially. Yeah, and I'm just seeing here something that's never truly yours and afraid of the addict. Yes. So it's like this is someone where it's like they want to be able to control something that isn't controllable, you know, like a relationship or a person. And I feel like with afraid of the addict, I feel like there's these like things that they don't want to address, or like there's this level of like avoidance of like there's a avoidance that they have deep within themselves, where like I feel like they really try to not have to like sit with like all of their insecurities or issues, or like that's a part of why they don't want to see certain things about themselves. Like they don't want to surrender and see you know, maybe I was being unfair, maybe like I was doing it for that reason. It's like they kind of want to stay delusional within their own strategy, so then they don't have to really ask themselves or like figure out like why they're doing the things they're doing. Yeah, so that's what I'm seeing. I'm going to get you some guidance before we go in the extended, where we're going to see like where this connection is headed. Also, if you guys want a personal reading, the personal readings are open. I've restocked the 3-question personal reading for those of you that wanted to check that one out. So I'll have it linked down below for those of you that are interested. But can we please get some guidance for pile number 1? We have act as if. We have magic works through you. Turn knowledge into wisdom. Trust in the great mystery. Be here now, set healthy boundaries. Let it shine here. So there's a lot coming through about like, you don't, and take the lead in reverse. Like you don't need to wait on this person to get permission to be ready for the kind of relationship and the kind of life that you want. And I feel like with magic works through you, let it shine. Like you're meant to trust that you don't need validation from this person. And I feel like with be here now, I feel like it's important for you to be honest with yourself. Like I feel like there's a need to not like wait on the future of this connection and go like, well, it could turn into this or it could turn into that. I feel like there's a need to have healthy boundaries where it's like in the present moment, it either is this or it isn't. Like in the present moment, this is how it is. So this is where I'm going to go from with there. And like, I don't know how I'm going to get to like the outcome that I want, but I just know that it's not worth it for me to kind of let certain things slide, or, you know, have some of my needs go unmet. It's like, I feel like you're ready to receive more in your life. And I just feel like this is not really, like it's important to trust and to like be open to what's going to happen. But I feel like at the same time, it's important to see what's happening in the present moment, and make decisions from there. Yes. And then I just cut the deck to this card, and this is exactly what I'm getting is like, this card talks about not diving into a situation, like not diving deep and getting invested in a situation that you see the potential in, because it's saying it's like not the best use of your time. Like it's not the best use of your energy to like kind of like get invested in something that it needs to develop into what you actually want before it is actually what you want. So I'll just, for those of you that like to hear it like just more specifically, because it's so spot on to what I've been getting, it says, don't talk yourself into diving deep into something just because you see the potential of things instead of what they really are right now, like in the be here now. The necessary work and patience involved may not be the best use of your energy. Have you seen potential in someone and think if you love and support them, they'll become the person who knows you love them beyond all others? Have you stepped into an opportunity you know that feels too good to be true, and it may not turn out in the way you hope? Now is the time for selective, limited perception that can lead to misjudgment. Instead, this is a time for going deep and being honest about what you find as you explore the depths. Have no fear, for whatever you find will help you love and understand yourself and others and make better choices. Can you dive deep to resurface, to choose again? And so, yeah, that's really what I'm getting with this person. But we are going to see in the extended where it's headed for those of you that want to see the potential. So it's going to be about, like, I'm going to be looking at about 3 months from now. I'm going to be seeing how you're going to be feeling and thinking about the connection and how your person is and where the connection is going to be at. So I'll have it linked down below. You guys can use the Vimeo link or the alternative link that's down below for those of you that feel like Vimeo doesn't work as well for you. Other than that, if you guys found this helpful, don't forget to subscribe before you leave, to hit the like button, leave a comment. Those are just free ways to help out the channel that I really appreciate. So thank you so much, and I hope to connect with you again soon. Hello, pal number 2. Welcome to your reading. If you chose the Prism Tarot and this citrine point, this is going to be your reading where we're going to be looking at your person's current thoughts and feelings towards you. So Spirit, please tune me into pile number 2's, pile number 2's energy here. We are going to be doing an energy check-in just to see your perspective, your current thoughts and feelings towards this person and this connection. There will be an extended reading where we're going to be looking at where this connection is headed. So about 3 months from now, we'll be looking at your person's thoughts and feelings towards you, what their energy toward you is going to be, what your perspective is going to be in about 3 months or so. And then we will look at where the overall connection is going to be, and we'll get you guidance. So I'll have that link down below, but I'm grateful to have you here for this portion. So Spirit, please tune me into pile number 2's perspective. What is pile number 2's perspective of this connection that we're going to talk about? Okay, we have the 3 of Pentacles. We have the Fool in reverse, Aquarius energy. We have Libra with Justice. What is pile number 2's perspective on this connection? We have the Lovers in reverse with Gemini energy. Can we clarify the 3 of Pentacles? We have the Moon, Cancer energy. A lot of major arcana coming through. Can we clarify the Fool, please? We have the 6 of Pentacles. Can we clarify Justice? We have the 9. Yeah, okay, so I'm already picking up here that I do feel an energy coming through of you assessing this connection. I feel like there's this energy of being concerned about the give and take in this connection. I feel like you are really thinking about, with Justice, like the balance here, really wanting to make sure that before you jump into this connection or take a leap of faith, there's this feeling of not wanting to make the wrong decision or get yourself in a partnership with someone who isn't going to take you into account, or into a partnership where there's just unequal give and take. And with the 9 of Wands here, it's clear that you guys have boundaries and you've been through enough situations where you're not wanting to just jump right in. And I feel like with the Moon here, there is a little bit of fear or not being 100% sure if this is someone you can fully trust and this is someone that would be a good partner. Like, can you trust this person to make decisions with you in mind, to make sure that you're not on different pages as well? Like, I feel like the Lovers in reverse can be this feeling of one person in the connection not feeling like the other person takes them into account, or not feeling like they're on the same page, or even feeling like a little bit neglected. And so I feel like with the Moon here, like this is just speaking to, I feel like just with shadow work coming through, I do feel like you've done a lot of shadow work when it comes to relationships. But I also feel that there's a bit of fear and self-protectiveness with the Cancer energy when it comes to the balance of this connection, essentially, and not wanting to repeat past mistakes. And also with the Fool in reverse, it's like feeling like you're not necessarily burden free to just jump into a brand new chapter, like you have reservations. What else? Can we clarify the Lovers in reverse? Yeah, we have the 10 of Wands in reverse. and then the King of Pentacles. So yeah, you may have dealt with like situations with people who have maybe been like more greedy, or like maybe they came off like they'd be like a super great partner, like someone that's very reliable, like on the straight and narrow, very trustworthy, but they kind of, it's like either they may end up to not be like, to not at all live up to that through their actions, to not truly be a King of Pentacles. And I'm hearing a scrub is a guy that can't get no love from me, but I do feel like with the 10 of Wands in reverse, there's just this feeling of I'm not doing this alone. Like I'm not going to be in a connection where I am taking on, I'm the main person that cares. I'm the main person who's taking the connection into account. Like you're the main person pouring into it, instead of it feeling like a collaborative energy. And maybe like you have in the past leaped into something thinking that the other person would be an equal partner with you, only to find out that, you know, you were mistaken, and that that wasn't someone, like that there were hidden aspects of the person where there really wasn't a setup for like a fair relationship. And yeah. And just with the 9 of Wands, I can just tell you've been through that. And I just feel like you're closing out a cycle on that. But you're also just like you're not going to be the person holding on to carrying the entire relationship on your shoulders is kind of what I'm getting. I'm also hearing the Beatles song, where they say, if I fell in love with you, would you promise to be true and help me understand? Because I've been in love before, and I found that love is more than just holding hands. And it's kind of saying, if I give my heart to you, I must be sure from the very start that you'll love me more than her. So yeah, this could be someone you're trying to assess a relationship with. And so this could be maybe someone you're thinking about giving a second chance, or it could be a new person. Maybe not brand new, but someone that you've been getting to know, and like you're really thinking about a relationship with them, and you're really wondering how good of a partner they would be, and like that's truly like the word partner is coming through. Okay, so what are pile number 2's person's current thoughts and feelings? We have the 5 of Cups in reverse. We have the 3 of Pentacles in reverse. The Moon. The 2 of Wands. Yeah, definitely for some of you, this could be someone from your past. If this isn't someone from your past, like there could be a like karmic situation, yeah, with the 5 of Swords here too, where they also have fears around losing the connection with you. Because maybe, here's what I'm getting, is either it's like you've had a background with this person and they prove themselves to not be like an equal partner with you, or it could be that this person is like unsure of how well they can show up for you, but there is this feeling of wanting to try to overcome that fear. And especially with the 5 of Swords here, that can talk about self-sabotage too, and just feeling almost not feeling like you're going to be successful. Can we clear for the 5 of Cups in reverse? We have the Queen of Wands in reverse. Yeah, this could be someone that has, like, they may regret making you mad, or they may know that you're frustrated with them, especially when it comes to like maybe, yeah, I do feel, I'm just not gonna, like, I am getting like for a lot of you that this is someone that maybe knows that they messed up with you and knows that you're not happy with them, and knows that you're feeling unheard, and I feel like they're almost trying to create a plan of what they're going to do. Like, how are they going to approach the situation? Maybe given that you are frustrated with them, or not feeling, yeah, like, I feel like this person maybe, yeah, has definitely frustrated you. Can we clarify the Three of Pentacles in reverse? Yeah, and then we have the King of Wands here. Interesting. Yeah, Seven of Wands. I do feel like there might be a little bit of like a power struggle between the two of you. Where I feel like you guys might both be a little bit on the defensive here. And it's almost like there's this feeling of each person's ego being a little bit triggered. And even if it's not like, I don't even want to say ego in the sense of like it being like petty, like but it does feel like each person might be kind of standing their ground right now and like not wanting to be the one to budge or not wanting to be the one to admit fault. But I don't doubt that, like, there's almost this energy of, I don't know if this person's just like mirroring you, where it's like if, even though it's like clearly this person would have been the one to, like, there is a level of regret for maybe frustrating you, but then I feel like this person is matching that energy. Instead of apologizing and taking accountability and changing their behavior, there's almost this like refusal to be fair, you know, and like to work together. But let's see, can we clarify the moon here? We have the Ace of Swords. So I feel like this person is feeling, I feel like they don't know what to do right now. There's this feeling of maybe their old tricks, like, not really working anymore. Like, and what I mean by that is like not resolving the situation, but it's also like there's this feeling of like not even believing themselves, or kind of knowing that they're not being the most constructive, or that they're maybe being a little bit egoic or stuck in their ways, but it's almost like they don't know what to do about it. And it's almost like because they don't know how to be better, or like there's a little bit of an energy here of lacking some experience or skills potentially when it comes to collaborating without being afraid that without it being too triggering to you, or without you feeling like you're giving up your power, you know? Like, I feel like this person may sometimes struggle with compromise. And I feel like they don't want to be like this with you, but they almost feel like they don't have any other way, or like that they don't know exactly how to fix the situation, or yeah. And I feel like with the moon here, I feel like there's a more classic definition of that, where I feel like this is pointing them to their shadow. I feel like this is revealing maybe some parts of themselves that they don't like looking at. And it's almost like they need to look at that to get clarity as to know how to move forward. But there is this feeling of, because they don't know, like they're almost saving face for themselves. It's like because they don't know how to navigate this, they're kind of choosing to, while they don't know, or like while they're kind of still stuck in operating from like a wounded, or not even a wounded place, but like a unaware or unconscious. That's what I would say. I feel like it's almost like this is bringing up like unconscious behaviors to the surface. Can we clarify the Two of Wands, please? Yeah, we have the Page of Swords here, which I'm not surprised to see, and then the Nine of Cups at the back of the deck. And like, I feel like with the, I'm super, sorry, that's just like such a confirmation here, because I do feel like there is this energy of like learning going on, where it's like they're in this energy of at least being open to learning, even if they don't like see the solution, being open to like new ideas or being open to figuring out how to create a plan going forward. Like I feel like this is someone who's trying to problem solve and is trying to like figure out the situation. And yeah, and so I do feel like they might even be like collecting like information about how to handle these kinds of situations appropriately. Like they might be doing some research. But yeah, there's kind of a recognition that they don't fully know how to navigate certain situations, and this is kind of like pushing them to grow and pushing them out of their comfort zone, to not just act unconsciously when they don't know how to solve a problem. It's like this is someone that doesn't like to feel that way, is what I would say. I feel like with the 9 of Cups here, I do feel like they want you. Like I feel like you are wish fulfillment for them, or it's like there is this energy of wanting to, of not being happy with this not moving forward. Like they're definitely not happy about that. But can we clarify their current thoughts and feelings, please? Yeah, we have goblins here. And I do feel like that can kind of speak to with the shadow work as well. Like I feel like this person can kind of get triggered by situations, or like they might be, and I was just looking at the Queen of Wands in reverse, where it's almost like this energy of this person being triggered by you being frustrated, or by you it's like learning to not react. Like I feel like this person maybe has a tendency to react to situations instead of moving from a conscious place. And so I do feel like this person has been like triggered by the situation for sure. What are their thoughts and feelings, Spirit? Yeah, education. So I'm like really not surprised to see that with the page. I was expecting this card to come out. Yeah, because there is this feeling of like, almost like them looking up how to do shadow work, or like I feel like they're actually starting to inquire like why do I react that way, or like they're asking questions to try to figure out unknowns, or like what they're supposed to do. What, like there's a lot of different topics in this, but like their unconscious patterns. Also like with the moon, like not knowing how to be collaborative, or not knowing how to make the situation right, not knowing how to move forward. And so I feel like they're in this energy of collecting information so they can come toward you with a better so they can actually have something to offer, or something to like say to improve the situation. Yeah, I just want to see if there's any other message for that. It says, this suggests you might not have enough knowledge about what you seek, the direction to take, your circumstances, or the nature of your inquiry. Important information is coming. Now is the time to go to school, ask a person who might know more than you, find a teacher or course of study so you can become more clearly understand what the next right action may be. And so it says, sometimes like life can send you to unfamiliar school and you must learn by experience. It says, now is the time to be teachable, open to changing your preconceived notions. It says, be a student and be willing to state the most powerful mantra of I don't know yet. And that is this person's energy. A part of maybe like, just know that like one level of this person's like not coming through right now, or seeming like opposition. I feel like there's a part of them that like also is like not happy with it at the same time, if that makes sense. Like there's a part of them that knows there's a better way, or knows that they need to grow, or knows that they need to approach this differently, but then it's just like they regret like not really, and they don't have that experience or that information. Again, I already said that, so I'm not going to repeat myself. Anyways, what are their current thoughts and feelings, please? Yeah, we have details. A lot here about needing to see the situation more clearly. I do feel overall like there's this feeling of this person looking over the details of the situation, um, trying to see what they've maybe missed, or like, yeah, like I almost feel like there's this energy of like, what information do I need? Like what do I do in this situation essentially? Um, yeah, we have spark here. So I do feel like there is this energy of them taking a little bit of like a breather from this situation. Like I feel like they're trying to not, I feel like they're trying to give it a breather to see if like more information comes through, if that makes sense. Or almost like if it's like they're hyper fixating on it, it's almost like they're going to burn themselves out, and there's kind of this need for them to, or it's not even a need, it's more like their current approach is to take a step back, um, and see if like the connection can rekindle or restart, is kind of what I'm picking up here. And I do feel like there is this energy of maybe feeling like they've been hasty, or like they've maybe did something without really like, without really carefully asking themselves what to do, I guess. Or yeah, like they, again, there's this energy of needing to move from like just reacting from unconscious patterns and actually looking at the situation from a more constructive perspective. Also, not taking things personally. Like, I feel like they might have a tendency to feel triggered or like take something personally if, you know, you're not happy with them or something like that. But it's like, instead of like shutting down and their ego going on overdrive, it's like this, there is this shift towards, okay, like how can I move forward? What information do I need? Okay, so what else are pile number two's persons? Why do I just have this fear? Okay, no, we're good. What are their current thoughts and feelings? We have man holding a coin. We have the fourth chakra. We have the garden and the gate. And the thinking man. Rest and rejuvenate, the back of the deck. I do feel like there's this energy of you pushing them out of their comfort zone, especially like, I don't know if this is for some of you. Maybe this person like had more privilege or is kind of used to things, to not having to really navigate the unknown, or not really like almost like having a lot given to them. Or maybe people, maybe they're like used to an energy of maybe even seeing love, or like seeing like a heart-based connection being something where they shouldn't have to kind of struggle, or they shouldn't have to not even that, it's just possible that in their past they haven't really been made to be held accountable, or they may be like a little bit spoiled sometimes. But I am seeing here with the man holding a coin and the thinking man, there is this feeling of them being like, well, what kind of person am I going to be? What kind of man am I? Just for those of you that this is a man. I feel like they are taking time out with rest and rejuvenate. Yeah, we have patience here. Man holding a heart. And I do feel like that's like what this person can be sometimes, is like with man holding a heart, it can talk about someone who's like, can be kind of critical, or like they'll never admit that they're just emotionally sensitive about something. But I am also getting that there's this energy of them thinking about how they want to be able to support you, or they want to be someone that can lead a situation, that can be grounding, and like they want to be someone that can be someone's stability, but also someone's like peace of mind, like someone that can actually give like good advice and can like provide in a sense. And I just feel like they're like, I don't know how to be that person, but I do want to be. I do want to change at the very least, but I've never maybe been challenged in this way, or I don't exactly know how to navigate this. Like I've never been put in this situation before. I've had kind of like a little bit of a silver spoon is what I'm getting. Maybe not for everyone, but a little, but then it's kind of stunted their ability to step up to the plate and be like the mature person here. All right, I'm just going to get you some closing guidance from this kind of mega big deck here. Just to leave you off, this could be things that are very related to the connection, but it could also just be messages that Spirit feels like you need to hear right now. Okay, so what guidance do we have for pile number 2 before we head into the extended reading? It says, it's now safe to acknowledge when I feel I'm overwhelmed by taking on more than is helpful to me. And I feel like that's what came through in the energy check-in. It says, I choose to remember when I hold myself accountable for meeting my own needs before serving others. I may clarify my priorities so that I may engage in the behaviors that allow me to honor myself in every moment without overextending myself. Yeah, and that might be something you're like learning and working on. And I feel like that's just a confirmation from Spirit that you're on the right track with that. It says, I forgive myself for neglecting my internal world and instead living by reacting to what is placed before me. And I feel like that's something you might have like in common with this person, but it says, I choose to believe when I take time to fully appreciate and accept my fears, I begin to operate from a version of myself not ruled by those fears. And I feel like the moon came out in both of your guys' reading to kind of symbolize that, how like the moon can kind of represent our subconscious reactions to things, or like things that can kind of like, we have like a fear of something, or like all of our subconscious fears that may cause us to act in ways that are automatic and just like it's like reacting instead of responding consciously. And so I feel like this might be an opportunity to see what some of your fears are and to react differently than you might have in the past, to kind of show, like, not show, but just it's like not losing yourself by what happens, or not being so easily influenced by what's happening around you or other people's actions. It's kind of like learning to be a little bit more boundaried toward that, so you can figure out your truth despite whatever's going on in a connection, and you can think about it more logically as well. This just came out. So it says, I forgive myself for assuming others need me to ensure they're provided for. I choose to believe and I trust others to actively participate in the creation of their lives. I invest in a world where we are all empowered and see the true strength that exists in being. Yeah. And so it could even be like maybe in the past, like, or even in this situation, like, I feel like there's just this overall guidance of allowing this person to be challenged and to either rise to the occasion or to make that decision not to, you know, and to recognize that it's not like your job to take on the burden of the relationship, to like, you're not abandoning this person by having your boundaries and having expectations for them. It says, it's now safe to acknowledge how difficult I find it to believe that I could possibly be loved exactly as I am in this moment. I choose to remember I am constantly evolving and worthy of love in this and every other chapter of my life, despite there always being existing room for growth and improvement. Yeah, and I feel like you might be very hard on yourself to improve, or again, there's kind of that energy of blaming yourself or taking on responsibility for things and trying to, like, you're always reflecting on yourself probably, and feeling like you have this crazy high standard for yourself, and then you don't even come close to expecting that same thing from other people, which it's like, why the, like, having more grace for yourself as well. Yeah, and then just at the back of the deck, we have allow myself to keep secrets that no one knows about me but me. And so it's kind of this energy of building your own self-trust and relying on yourself, trusting that you can make promises to yourself without having to inform other people. Like, you're allowed to kind of move without notifying everyone or feeling responsible or feeling like everyone's entitled to the absolute truth from you and, like, you know, explanations and things like that. Like, I feel like it's kind of taking that power back. But yeah, that's what I have. So again, we're going to take it into the extended and see where this connection is headed. I'm going to be seeing how you're going to be perceiving this person, this connection in 3 months, how they're going to be, their energy toward you in about 3 months from now, the overall energy between the two of you, and then extensive guidance on this connection, anything else you need to hear. Other than that, thank you so much for being here. Don't forget to subscribe before you click off. If you're able to hit the like button, leave a quick comment. I really do appreciate that. And if you guys are wanting a personal reading, they are currently open, and I will also have that linked in the comments. So thank you so much. It's been a pleasure, and I'm excited to get in the extended. Hello, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. If you chose this clear quartz heart, and I'm just the Numinous Tarot. I always forget that word. This is going to be a reading where we're going to be looking at your person's current thoughts and feelings towards you. We are going to be doing an energy check-in to see what your perspective is of this person, your current thoughts and feelings towards them, but also how you're viewing the situation from your perspective. There will be an extended reading where we're going to be looking at where this connection is headed, where it's going to be at in 3 months from now. So stay tuned for that if you feel like it really resonates. Okay. I feel like for some reason I've needed to shuffle more recently. So just bear with me. But please tune me into pile number, did I say pile 2 this time? But pile 3's energy. Please tune me into the connection that there is coming through for them most strongly. How will they know that this is their reading? What is their perspective of this connection, this person? We have the 4 of Cups, the Ace of Wands in reverse. We have the 6 of Pentacles in reverse, the 4 of Swords. It's interesting, the Ace of Wands in reverse came out with the 4 of Cups in the extended reading for pile number 2. So this almost feels like a future version of that, but we'll double check though. Or it doesn't have to be the case actually, but let's see. But I feel like overall your energy is coming through where I feel like you're kind of in this self-protective energy. Yeah, the 8 of Cups just peeking through at the bottom, where I feel like you've maybe walked away from situations that weren't going to be fulfilling for you. And you might be feeling a little bit like bored because we have 2 4s here. So there's a level of stability being a focus for you. And I feel like it's almost like not being interested in a connection. It's like I feel like there's just this disinterest in like a false start kind of connection where things are passionate, they seem really great, but then they end up leaving you needing to heal from them. I also feel like with this 6 of Pentacles in reverse, there is a part of you that seems to be like holding back your energy in general when I feel like when it comes to relationships and just not really even wanting to give that much. Yeah. Can we clarify the 4 of Cups? We have the 2 of Cups in reverse. I'm wondering if some of you guys went through a breakup or just like not being on the same page as someone else recently, or maybe with this person even. But can we clarify the Ace of Wands in reverse? We have the Page of Cups. Yeah, I feel like there's this feeling. I feel like you're feeling a little bit disillusioned right now and maybe a little bit frustrated. Just feeling like maybe your kindness has been like, or like almost like the softer parts of you that wanted to see the best in certain connections or certain situations. Maybe feeling like that kind of got you into trouble. It could also be that you've dealt with emotionally immature people with the Page of Cups in reverse. Where maybe just emotionally you're not even like on the same page at all. Maybe just like being taken for a ride kind of by this like Page of Cups in reverse energy. And I feel like you've maybe learned a good amount of lessons too. But yeah, I feel like you're feeling kind of dissatisfied, and like at least you kind of have like your harmony and peace, but there is like a little bit of a lack of passion or energy exchange with others. Can we clarify the Six of Pentacles in reverse? We have the Fool. And that hit me. So we have like Aquarius energy. But yeah, I feel like there is a part of you that's wanting a new chapter or a new beginning. But there's also a part of you that's like not a fool. Like you're not at the beginning of your journey. Like I feel like you're really wanting something new, wanting something fresh, wanting a new opportunity. But at the same time, not wanting to be hasty and jump into something. Can we clarify the Four of Swords? Yeah, and then we have the Explorer of Candles, the Knight of Wands in reverse, and then the Numinous at the back of the deck. Yeah, so I feel like you guys are maybe trying to reconnect with like your connection with yourself, or maybe even just feeling like life hasn't been feeling as like magical, and maybe just feeling like you're a little bit cut off from like your spiritual, yeah, like not feeling super alive and tuned in with the universe right now. Maybe wanting more of that magic in your life, but again, feeling like you might be still healing, so you might be holding yourself back a bit. I'm not sure if this is even a specific person coming through in this reading. Because I'm not really getting like a new energy. I'm more getting maybe like not even being super open to relationships. Is there anyone we're going to be channeling, Spirit? Okay, so we do have the King of Pentacles in reverse. So there could be someone specifically that you had like an ending with. Like it could have even been serious too, like with the Ten of Pentacles. Like maybe someone you saw like something long term with, but maybe felt like came to realize that it was like not a realistic situation, or it's something that like burnt out. But yeah, I'm just kind of getting a rundown feeling here. So I do feel like there is someone that we are going to be channeling. Okay, so for pile number 3, what are this person's current thoughts and feelings towards them? Maybe for some of you, it's been harder for you to like be open to new relationships ever since you've had a certain experience. Like maybe there's a part of you that does want to like open up again, but not wanting to trust or be unprepared. But yeah, I am kind of seeing that. So maybe this is like a reading where it's like you've had a breakup with a certain person and you've just been kind of healing from that. It's not a full-on breakup, just like a falling out, or like, yeah, but I just feel like the energy is, we're not feeling very imaginative and like super like romantic right now. But anyways, let's see this person, that King of Pentacles in reverse. What are this person's current thoughts and feelings towards pile number 3? We have the Four of Pentacles, another 4 coming through. We have the Seven of Pentacles. We have the Shadow in reverse. I believe that is the Devil, yes. What are their thoughts and feelings? All right, we have the Queen of Pentacles. Can we clarify the Four of Pentacles? The Four of Swords in reverse. Can we clarify the Seven of Pentacles? Death in reverse. Scorpio energy. So I was, well, let's finish out the spread. Can we clarify the shadow in reverse, please? We have the, this is actually the King of Pentacles again. So, yeah, and then so we have the Queen of Wands here in reverse. Can we clarify the King of Pentacles? We have the Two of Swords in reverse, and then we have the Empress at the back of the deck. Yeah, so I'm kind of getting a vibe from this person that it seems like they are trying to create more stability within their life right now. I feel like they're focusing on their foundation and doing a lot of self-care with the Empress. Yeah, I feel like this is someone who's trying to nurture themselves, and I do feel like there is an aspect of them trying to let go of maybe any like negative habits that they have, or even like toxic cycles. Like they're, for both of you guys, I don't know if this like took a toll on you guys, but it just seems like this person feels like they have a limited capacity mentally right now. And so they're just kind of trying to be patient with the process of healing and feeling stable again. I feel like with the Two of Swords in reverse, like I feel like this person feels like maybe letting go of this connection is moving like slower than they expected, or not even expected, but I just feel like slowly but surely there's kind of an energy of letting go, or yeah, like transforming. But I do feel I'm going to need to clarify because it's hard for me to tell. It feels like from their perspective, maybe someone is kind of holding on to this connection and maybe hoping that things will not change or you won't have to let go. But I do feel the need to check this out. And maybe there's also this energy of like maybe allowing you to take space right now, and take care of yourself. But can we clarify Death in reverse? Okay, the Page of Cups in reverse. So there's this energy of maybe not really letting go of I'm going to need to get a few more. Can we clarify the Four of Swords in reverse? We have the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, yeah, there is this kind of steady, slow moving one foot in front of the other energy where they're trying to not, like while their mental state is maybe still recovering, or they're trying, like it's almost like they're going to the physical and like the practical realm to kind of bring more grounding to themselves. Can we clarify the Queen of Wands in reverse? I feel like they may be like viewing you as like there being a potential for you to struggle. Like I don't know why it's coming through like this, but it is. It's like with the Queen of Wands in reverse, like they maybe feel like there's a potential for there to be like some level of like reaction from you or volatility. Interesting because it's like your energy was not coming through that way at all. Sagittarius energy here as well. But I feel like they might be like telling themselves that like you're not going to change. And so they're kind of like, there's a little bit of like a self-righteousness here of maybe projecting like immaturity onto you, or acting like, you know, I'm just going to put one foot in front of the other and like detach from like this toxic situation. But can we clarify the Devil in reverse? Or maybe you, for some of you, it could be trying to like maybe this person like giving you, I don't even know if it's like giving you space, but like I feel like they almost feel like a lot's up in the air, and there is a level of just waiting to see how things kind of play out. They maybe know that you might be like struggling right now, or there might be some like outbursts or anger, even like with Temperance in reverse, like there could be like some coping habits, like because the devil can be addiction, so maybe they feel like you're fighting some kind of an addiction, or either that they either view it like that, or they feel that your behavior in itself is something that they need to detach from because it's not healthy. But can we clarify the devil? We have the Eight of Wands. I don't know. I wonder if it's like they feel like there needs to be a certain level of change or progress made before anything could happen in the connection. Can we clarify the Two of Swords? And it's like they don't really know what's happening yet, so there is a level of patience coming through. Yeah, it does almost seem like they are in this feeling of like we're in a transitionary stage right now where like there's a lot of unknowns, and I don't know yet whether or not someone's going to be able to change. Like I don't know if that's going to happen. I wonder what happened here. Okay, where do I want to go with this? I want to see there is this energy of things kind of being at a standstill right now. How are they viewing, what do they think is going on with pile number 3? How are they perceiving pile number 3 right now? Two of Cups in reverse. Judgment in reverse. Page of Pentacles. Six of Wands. We have the Numinous in reverse. Can we clarify Judgment in reverse? Two of Swords. They maybe feel like they're waiting for you to get some kind of clarity in your own life. Like I feel like they might feel like you're kind of disconnected right now. Can we clarify the Page of Pentacles? We have the Emperor. Can we clarify the Six of Wands? We have the World. Why is the Six of Wands here? We have the Five of Wands. I'm wondering if there's like conflicts of interest here, or like maybe there's a lot of opinions about this connection, and like maybe both of you are kind of like talking about this connection to other people, and so there could be a lot of differing views. And I feel like this person's almost imagining or is like either they're gonna kind of learn from this, or they might, like their perception might be skewed by other people's perception. And I feel like with the Emperor here, it's almost like they're waiting on you for a certain outcome, or they're waiting to see if you are going to see things from a higher perspective, see the truth of the situation, and if you're going to take control of what you can control and like step into your power. Can we clarify the World here? Yeah, the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Like, are you going to be able to handle this on your own almost? Or is it like, there's almost this energy of wondering if you're going to be codependent maybe on other people's opinions or other people's approval. Or are you going to almost like level up, or it's almost like they feel like the ball is in your court for whatever reason. Okay, I'm just going to get some oracle cards to see what their current thoughts and feelings are. I feel like they don't have they don't know exactly what's going to happen. What are pile number 3's person's current thoughts and feelings? We have not for you. We have to be fair. We have flexible in reverse. We have why. Yeah, and then we have the fates here. There is a little bit of a detached energy coming through from this person where I feel like they're trying to be very intentional in taking any kind of action in their own life or towards you. But there is this energy of like, well, I can't control pile number 3, so I'll accept if like there's nothing I can really do in the situation. There is this energy of I'm not going to force it. Like, I feel like if pile number 3 is going to not reflect on the situation or remain like kind of, I want to say like immature is how they're kind of projecting it. There's this energy of like, well, if they want to make it a you versus me situation, like I'm not going to force it. I need the situation to be fair, and like I'm not going to chase the connection, or I'm going to be very intentional with what I do. Yeah. I feel like there is also this vibe of like not being willing to, I feel like they're focusing on their own peace and their own stability, and I feel like they're not really wanting to put that at risk here for like the quick gratification of like maybe the connection coming together but it not being like healthy. And I feel like with No Place Like Home, there is a vibe of this person being content within themselves and not wanting to go to a familiar situation just to feel like they're repeating old patterns or nothing's changed. Yeah, again, all that glitter is like, I just feel like there is this energy of I will accept if like this doesn't work out because it's like not in my control. I'm only going to focus on what I can control. What are pile number 3's person's thoughts and feelings towards them? We have Field of Dreams, Protecting Treasure. We have Heal the Ouch. And then Peaks of Joy with Magic Stream. I feel like they're working on like healing from this, but I do feel like with the Field of Dreams here, there is kind of this energy of wondering if this was just kind of something that wasn't truly in alignment with them, or like they're wondering if this was kind of like a false dream. And I feel like with Protecting Treasure here, I feel like there is a vibe coming. This might be your energy, so flip-flop it if you want, but I do feel like there is this vibe of like feeling protective of themselves, of like feeling like they shouldn't give away their loyalty so easily, and like that they need to be careful, or that they need to kind of protect themselves is what I would say. And I feel like there is still a level of healing that they're doing. But But yeah, with the Magic Stream here, this is a card that talks about like forgiveness. I feel like they're working on that, but there is a protectiveness of their energy right now. And this feeling of not wanting to be influenced or wanting to be like trapped in something. What are their current thoughts and feelings? We have a fearful world. We have good things. Share tenderness. We have no one is yours but you. I am really getting that. And then the Heart Eater here, left out with the wolves at the back of the deck. So I feel like this person is almost working on not blaming themselves for the connection and also not taking on responsibility for the changes maybe that they feel you need to make. To be completely honest. And I just feel like with the fearful world, like there is this feeling of just trying to create more stability in their life and more safety and comfort. And I feel like they kind of want to break from a lot of voices or just like things that are kind of destabilizing them. Like there's almost this vibe of like, okay, like if I have to kind of make it on my own and figure this out, like I might not be doing like my best right now, but I'll be able to like overcome this. I feel like they do want to be able to share something positive with you. Like, I feel like they're not wanting to believe in any like fear mongering or any like a ton of negativity, but there is this like boundary that I feel like they're kind of having here. Where they're trying to be healthy is what I would say, honestly. Yeah. And I feel like that's why with the Field of Dreams here is kind of recognizing that like there's this feeling of them being like, I want to put my vision first right now. Like I want to focus on what's best for me while I'm healing. And I kind of want to avoid anything rash or anything that comes from a place of like mental exhaustion or feeling like triggered. Like I feel like they're trying to not do that. I feel like they're trying to surrender as well. So yeah, that's interesting. Let's get some guidance for you. And then we'll take it in the extended and see where this connection is headed in the future, 3 months from now. We'll be seeing your perspective, your thoughts and feelings towards this person versus their energy toward you, and then the overall connection, and then we'll get you guidance. But before I leave you off, let's just get a couple of messages for pile number 3, please, Spirit. It says, I forgive myself for mistaking confusion for a lack of direction or ambition. I choose to believe that confusion is a divinely orchestrated invitation to create clarity so that I may passionately participate in the creation of the life I want. And so I do feel like there's a little bit of that going on here where I do feel like you are kind of unsure of what you want or like maybe feeling like you need to kind of find your direction again. And so I feel like Spirit's just saying to not see this as something negative, but to see this as like an opportunity. It says, I forgive myself for feeling as though if I don't do it, no one will. So it says, when I choose to believe that when I allow others to prioritize tasks as they see fit, I allow them to clarify what's important so that they may pursue a life more resonant with their truest selves. I feel like there is this energy of bringing your attention back to your own life, maybe rather than focusing on someone else. I forgive myself for avoiding the experience of that which is new and unknown. I choose to believe that when I accept life's invitation to try something I've not yet experienced, I discover an even deeper connection with the miraculous complexity of my being. And I was getting with the Four of Cups and like that Fool card being a little bit, like not really wanting to engage very much or take very many risks right now. But I feel like Spirit is encouraging you to maybe get out of your comfort zone because you might find more answers through trial and error. It It says, I forgive myself for attaching meaning to the experience of aloneness. I choose to believe that through accepting solitude and connecting with myself in my own silence, that I'm able to meet and integrate aspects of my being I've long been resistant to. Yeah, so I feel like Spirit's saying, like, this is a good opportunity to sit with yourself and really take care of yourself and see if you've been avoiding certain things within your own being because of like the focus more being on other people or kind of always having like a distraction. Like, I feel like it's almost a good opportunity to do shadow work or to connect with yourself. Yeah, and then it says, I forgive myself for taking on another's emotional reaction as my own. I choose to believe that allowing others to take ownership of their emotional experience empowers them to heed the loving message present within that emotion. And so I do feel like maybe this person is kind of in this energy a little bit more. It says, acknowledge the guilt I hold within my physical and emotional bodies. And then I acknowledge disappointment that lies between my anger. Yeah, so there could be maybe taking some accountability. If you are feeling a sense of guilt or shame in this connection. And also if like there has been like any anger or like lashing out, to kind of be able to see beyond where that's coming from. So yeah, hopefully this has been helpful for you. I'm definitely curious to see where this heads in the extended, but don't forget to subscribe before you click off. And if you did enjoy the reading, if you're able to hit the like button, leave a comment. I really do appreciate everyone who supports the channel like that. So thank you. And again, if you guys are looking for a personal reading, my link is currently open. I'll have it linked in the comments. But yeah, other than that, I'll take it in the extended, and I will see the rest of you guys later.